All right, we are moving into prepping the business to be for sale and get it online so we can find a buyer so that we can actually get this business sold. So we're moving on to the due diligence phase. And the due diligence phase for us, and we'll break this down a little bit, it's really the due diligence is for the buyer. When they go under contract, they're going to have a lot of questions. And if they're doing an SBA loan or any type of loan, the lender's going to have a lot of questions. So we want to make sure that we get everything as much as we can on the front end. So the due diligence is really, it's an investigating process that we have for ourselves in the business to make sure that the business is viable and everything that the owner is telling us is true. Now, there's a few things that we're trying to review. Financially, any legal compliances like licensing, any of their operation procedures. And also, we want to look at the market and for those types of business in that niche. And then also any assets and liabilities that they may have, trucks, maybe they have a pizza oven, whatever that is. So that's what we're trying to ask for. So we have at Legacy Broker Academy, we have a checklist for you. So I want to run down this checklist and just walk you through some of the things that we say that you're going to need. And so it's a big list. You're not going to have to always have all of these, but I think it's important for you to get as much. So I want to walk through this list. It's feel free, go to the download area, and it's also probably in the downloads in this course if you're in the course. But let's start with the financial information. Now, one, we want to have the last 3 years of audited financial statements, or if you can't get that, the last 3 years of unaudited financial statements. And then also tax returns, the tax records of the last 3 years, federal, state, and local, any tax assessments, anything like that. Also, budget and forecast. These are really good. We want to know what they're seeing as they're going to be making the next year. Any forecast is really great. Any bank statements. We ask typically for the last 12 months of bank statements. We have that ready, hand it over to the buyer when we get to that point. Legal documents. Number 2 is going through any of the legal documents. So this could be suppliers, this could be your customers, lease agreements, loan agreements, employment contracts, which is really big, any 1099 independent contractor agreements that you have, any patents, any intellectual property, trademarks, copyrights, licensing agreements. Those things are all part of our legal documentation, and any past or ongoing litigations that you might be going through. Then we move on to the operational information. So in this, we're talking about the business operations. So this is a very important thing that we need to make sure that the buyer understands the actual operations of the business. And this could be, hey, description of the processes of the operation, any organizational charts, saying where the hierarchies are in this employee list, any assets, any tangible or intangible, your inventory details. So this could be if it's a restaurant, you want to have that inventory list, any equipment, machinery list. Do you own the real estate? That's a really big thing. Or is it leased? And if you do own it, then we need to know about an appraisal or evaluation of that. And then we have compliance and regulations. This is any permits or license that you need for the business. And, if it's food, health, safety, any of those, copy of their insurance. Do they need a certain type or amount of insurance for this business? And then we're going to talk about just the customer and market information for this business. This could be the customer list, could be sales and revenue of the customers, any market analysis that they might have, all helpful for the buyer to understand what are they buying. Human resources is all the employee information. CRM would be in your technology. That'd be a huge thing. Any technology, any systems that you have. It's a restaurant. It could be going through any of the door dashes, any of the kind of on-demand applications, delivery, anything like that. And then also we like the miscellaneous, which is tell us a little bit about this business history. Why? Because this helps us create a confidential information memorandum, the SIM, that we will create in the next steps, and any other items that they want to share with us. All things are helpful for us. Now, this is an internal document that we're going to keep. We're going to use this, but it's really time to dive in how to create the SIM and actually what a SIM is.